Prime Minister the Honourable Philip J. Pierre and members of the Government of St. Lucia, Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Alan Chasney, members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, fellow St. Lucians at home and abroad, brothers and sisters of our beloved Helen of the West. On behalf of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, I extend heartfelt congratulations to the government and people of St. Lucia on the celebration of our 47th anniversary of independence. 47 years ago, on February 22, 1979, our nation stepped into history with courage and conviction. We did not inherit abundance, we inherited responsibility. We inherited vulnerability, but we also inherited vision. This year's theme, Duva Ensemble, Forward Together, Nourishing Our People, Strengthening Our Nation, is both timely and profound. It reminds us that independence is not merely a date on the calendar, it is a daily discipline. We nourish our people by feeding them not only with good, healthy, homegrown food, but also with opportunity, not only with programs, but with purpose, and not only with hope, but with action. To nourish our people is to ensure that no child is left behind in our schools. It is to protect the elderly and the vulnerable. It is to invest in farmers, fishers, entrepreneurs, and workers. It is to strengthen families and communities. To strengthen our nation is to build institutions that endure. It is to deepen democracy. It is to fortify our economy against shocks. It is to stand firm in our sovereignty while remaining open to partnership. But as we celebrate, we must also be honest with ourselves. We are marking this independence at a time of extraordinary global uncertainty. The world around us is shifting in ways that small island developing states cannot ignore. Geopolitical tensions are rising. Major powers are asserting influence in ways that are reshaping the global order. Long-standing assumptions about trade, development finance, climate cooperation, and multilateral solidarity are being tested and increasingly eroded. We are witnessing the renewed assertion of doctrines of hemispheric control. The language of spheres of influence is returning to international discourse. For countries like ours, small in size but large in dignity, this has real implications. For decades, the Caribbean has proudly described itself as a zone of peace. We have stood as a region that resolves differences through dialogue, not domination. We have maintained a posture rooted in the wisdom of our founding fathers, people like Sir John Compton and Sir Arthur Lewis, alongside Caribbean greats like the Right Honourable Errol Barrow, Dr. Eric Williams, the Honourable Forbes Burnham, who insisted that we must be, quote, friends of all and satellites of none. That principle was not rhetorical flourish, but strategic foresight through eyes wide open to the realities of a multipolar world. Today, that principle faces its sternest test. When major powers compete, small states feel the pressure. When global rules are rewritten, we must adapt quickly or be sidelined. When climate commitments are weakened, it is our coastlines, our homes, and our livelihoods that are exposed. Let us speak plainly. The Caribbean can no longer assume that it will remain insulated from geopolitical rivalry. We can no longer rely on predictable development assistance. We can no longer take for granted the stability of global trade and supply chains. And we can no longer assume that our voice will be heard unless we speak clearly, collectively, and confidently. And we can no longer assume, as Professor Robinson of UWI warned, that anyone is coming to save us. Now, this is not cause for despair. It is a call for maturity and focus. Because independence is not only about freedom from colonial rule, it is about the capacity to navigate a complex world with strategic balance. It is about the resilience to withstand pressure. It is about the coherence to act as one nation and through CARICOM and the OECS as one region. If Devant Ensemble means anything in 2026, it must mean national consensus on the fundamentals. Consensus that our sovereignty is non-negotiable. Consensus that our democracy must be safeguarded. Consensus that our development must be inclusive. Consensus that in times of external pressure, we close ranks, not fracture. National consensus does not mean uniformity of opinion. It does not silence debate, but it does require that we distinguish between partisan competition and national interest. There are moments in a country's history when unity is not optional, it is essential, and this is such a moment. St. Lucia's strength has always been its people. We are a nation of thinkers, of artists, of entrepreneurs, of teachers, farmers, of public servants who give more than is required. We are the land of two Nobel laureates, Sir Arthur Lewis and Sir Derek Walcott, whose lives remind us that excellence can rise from small places and shape the world. But excellence must be matched with resilience. We must build food security so we can truly nourish our people. We must strengthen energy independence to reduce vulnerability. We must invest in education transformation so that our youth are prepared not for yesterday's jobs, but tomorrow's realities. We must accelerate digital transformation so that geography does not limit opportunity. We must protect our marine and terrestrial resources so that sustainability is not a slogan, but a survival strategy. Through the OECS, St. Lucia is not alone. Our integration movement was born out of necessity, and it can only be sustained by solidarity. The revised Treaty of Bastille was crafted precisely because we understood that individually we are small, but together we are formidable. Regional integration is not an abstract ideal. It is a practical instrument of sovereignty. When we pool procurement for medicines, we strengthen our health security. When we harmonize policies, we expand our economic space. When we speak with one voice internationally, we amplify our influence. In a world of shifting alliances and strategic competition, our regional unity is our shield. And yet, regional unity begins at home. A divided St. Lucia weakens the OECS. A polarized society diminishes our collective capacity. A fragmented political culture distracts us from the real work of nation building. Devant Ensemble must therefore be more than a theme. It must be a national ethic. Forward together in protecting our democracy. Forward together in defending our sovereignty. Forward together in demanding fairness in global climate negotiations. Forward together in ensuring that our young people believe that their future lies not only abroad, but here in a confident, resilient St. Lucia. We must reclaim the discipline of strategic balance, the capacity to engage all partners without surrendering our autonomy. That is the word we seek, strategic autonomy. The ability to remain open to cooperation, yet anchored in self-determination. To engage globally, yet decide nationally. This is what it means to be friends of all and satellites of none. Our founding generation faced its own uncertainties. The global economy was uncertain, unstable. The Cold War cast long shadows. There were doubts about whether small island states could even survive independently. But they persisted, they persevered, they prevailed, and now it is our turn. Independence is not youthful exuberance, it is a seasoned responsibility. We are no longer a new nation, we are maturing one. We must now strengthen our fiscal discipline, deepen our institutional integrity, invest in evidence-based policy, demand accountability from ourselves as much as from others. Let this independence be marked not only by celebration but by recommitment. Recommitment to fairness in public life, recommitment to excellence in service, recommitment to compassion for the vulnerable and respect for each other, recommitment to dialogue across differences. Above all, recommitment to the idea that St. Lucia's destiny will not be determined elsewhere. It will be shaped by the courage, the unity, and the discipline of its people. As Director General of the OECS, I say this with conviction. The future of our region depends on the strength of each member state. A strong St. Lucia strengthens the OECS. A resilient St. Lucia strengthens CARICOM. A united St. Lucia strengthens the Caribbean. The challenges before us are real, but so is our capacity. We have weathered hurricanes, we've navigated financial crises, we've endured pandemics, and we have rebuilt, reimagined, and renewed. We can do so again. So let us go forward together, not naively but knowingly, not fearfully but faithfully, not divided but determined. Let us nourish our people with opportunity. Let us strengthen our nation with unity. And let us safeguard our sovereignty with wisdom. Let us engage the world with confidence. On this 47th anniversary of independence, may we find the courage to match our aspirations with action. May we honor our past by securing our future. And may St. Lucia continue to shine, not as a satellite of any power, but as a star in the Caribbean sky. Happy Independence, St. Lucia. Du vent ensemble, à la route, c'est cher.